लीला कथाने सुदाक्षम औदार्य माधुर्य गुणाश्च युक्तं वरं वरेण्यं पुरुषं महान्तं नारायणं त्वं शिरसा नमामि. हृदयीनां भक्तशिरोमणिंश्च श्रीकृष्णपादाब्जहृदैकहृदि चैतन्यलीलामृतसारसारं नारायणं त्वं सततं प्रपद्ये. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Let me offer millions of blessings of lotus feet of Hridev, Rupanu, Guru, Varga, Nama, Nishta, Santana, and all Vartamana, Bhuta, Bhavishya, present, past, future, Vaishnavas, Tavat, Dandavat, Pranam, Vansha, Kalpataru, Vyasya, Krupa, Sindhu, Devata, Patitanam, Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. Now, uh, um, sorry for the delay. Today is Amalaya Amavasya, special new moon day. Pitru Paksha, last day. So a lot of people coming. So uh, other day, anyway, I'm sorry for the delay, but now today is there was. I think some of you might have a question. Actually, someone did ask a question like Pitru Paksha, what we should do, right? Our uh, Vaishnavas, how we should do, you know. So mm, the way it can be done is many people ask here the way we do morning Agnihotra we do in their name, and that is chanting only. Uh, and then we offer prasadam, bhoga to Bhagavan, prasadam. After prasadam, offer that to that person. Actually, to not that person, but anyway, his photo will be there. And then that, after kirtan, bhajans, then we offer it to the cow. And we also tell, look, the real Pitru Paksha is to follow Ekadasi and offer the fruit of that to them, his forefathers. So that is real. But sometimes you have to do this also. That way their faith will increase and then they will also get feel of satisfaction because they have a runa, indebtedness to their forefathers. They are somewhere. Now, many questions is being asked. Now, when we do that, it will really reach them or not? This is one question, right? We are doing it, Pitrupati. Does it reach there or not? How does it reach? Right? So, what does the Shastra say? Um, how do we know where they are? Right? So, uh, then Matsya Purana, in Matsya Purana, there is one question asked. They have asked a question when the Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, they eat, right? Like the way they do is, they do this and they feed a Brahmana, Vaishnava. Like Advaita Acharya, remember telling how he invited all the Brahmanas and they did all the yajnas and all that. Then the final, that thing is offered to main Brahmana, who is supposedly very knowledgeable, very expert in Shastra and all that, senior. It is a very respectable thing. So they were all thinking, oh, because everybody knows Advaita Charya is not simple. It's very well known, Shastra. So he will call me, he will call me, he will call me. They are all thinking. Now, what happened? The Advaita Acharya did not call anybody. He went outside and there was Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, he got hold of his hand and then he was literally dragging him. He said, no, no, I will not come inside. No, 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 he must come. Like that. He's dragging. Because Haridas Thakur is very simple, and he does not consider himself as Vaishnava. He thinks he is still untouchable. That's why he never went to the inside Jagannath temple. Neither Rupa and Sanatan, even though they were exalted Brahmana, but because they served Muslims, they said no. They don't want even touch the shadow of a Brahmana. Pujaris who are serving Jagannath, up to that level. What an exalted way. So, and yes, great Brahmana. And yes, of course, Advaita himself is a great Brahmana. Vaishnava also. He's dragging, and then he's crying, leave me, leave me, leave me. Then he put him on the most respectable seat and then offered him, you should take. Now, what Haridas Kuchans? And all the Brahmanas just walked out. But when they walked out, they are thinking, wait a minute, Advaitacharya is not foolish. He knows Shastra. So they know. Why did he do this? They were telling, they went outside saying, we will Paishkar, in future we have nothing to do with you. No, none of us will come to your house or you will come to our house. Like that. But outside going, they were thinking, wait a minute, he is not, he knows all Shastra. Why did he do that? There must be some reason. So someone came back and then discussed with him. And he glorified the power, the Vaishnava. Same way, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati one time, Vinod Thakur was actually very, in his last days, he is almost by inmukha, meaning completely chanting. He doesn't want to talk. At that time, there was a invitation came about there's a conference on Brahmanas. Greatness of Brahmanas or Vaishnavas, like that, Brahmanas. So they were inviting Bhaktivinoda, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, I cannot. But is there any person who can go and convince who is Vaishnava? So then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was still a young, and that he said, of course, it's spiritual, it's not young, old. It's always spiritual. Okay. But for others, it seems like mundane eyes. Oh, he's still growing up, or he is becoming old. But it is only our perception. But in reality, he does not get old or disease or anything. Okay. All our Vaishnava acharyas, pure are like that. So, he said, I'll go. And they were very, almost all famous Brahmins and Vaishnavas were also there, entire India, from Vrindavan, everywhere, many Shastris and all that, learned people. So there he presented first day glorified Brahmana, because scripture glorified Brahmana. Krishna himself he said, I eat through the mouth of Brahmana. So then they were all happy. Wow. Then next day he told about Vaishnavas. After hearing all this, it looks like puny. Brahmanas is puny. But because he's thorough, first he glorified so much, and second day, and they were amazed by his auditory thing and his knowledge. So, so same way here, Advaita Acharya and the Brahmana. Now, so through Vaishnavas, um, so same way, like other day, I might have told you. Story. But this question comes, this in Matsya Purana. So, how the Brahmanas eaten thing, or the thing that you put in fire, how it will go to the subtle body, you know. So the question comes, why? Because after death, the Atma has taken rebirth. So they would have been in some other body, somewhere. So, right, this is the question. How it will reach that body? For that, the answer is also there. So, how? Vasu, Rudra, and Aditya. They are Pitru Devatas. There are many different kind of demigods, Devatas, right? Pitru Devatas. They are like Rudra, Aditya, Vasu. They come actually. And they will deliver that through them. So that's one way. So actually, there is one incident. One Vaishnava in Kerala, they had a thing. They can call the previous forefathers. They were also able to talk with them. So in one case, what happened was they were looking for a match for a daughter, something like that. And he wanted to ask his father, who is the best match? But his father had left his body. So the Pitru Paksha was over, and there is a means they establish a communication. And they brought that person and is communicating through this person. He's asking, how are you? Oh, okay. You know, this is the thing. We are looking for a match. You said, oh, such and such a person is a good match. And then, I came the other day, Pitrupad. Are you happy? Yes, I came the day, I accepted what you offered, I'm very happy. And then it is. This is what I heard. Huh? So, the devatas, through devatas, they become the medium, these Pitru devatas. And they deliver. They know where they are, and they deliver that. Or also what we offer in the fire sacrifice also reaches in like nectar, pruna, bhoga, gali, you know, mm, grass or whatever we offer, air like that. It changes into that form and they reach there. So they whatever yoni, meaning species they are born into. So see how they are explaining this in the Matsya Purana, Adhyaya 19, Shloka 3 to 9. How when we offer this in the Agnihotra Yajna, how it reaches. First, the rice that we offer in the fire turn in the form of fire and a subtle air. It will touch the subtle body of the Pitrus. Through the power of the mantras. It will. That's why mantras. Yeah? अच्छा फिर दामोदर आए इन चेक देने की बोलो मंडे मंडे ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे के बोलो ना डाल सकते हैं ना इनको पूछा हो वेडनेसडे डालने से मुझे so see our Param Gurudev when we say this Panchamahabhuta, right? You must have this Akash, subtle, Akash, then air, fire, water, and earth, right? It's five. Panchamahabhuta, five elements, great elements. The Akash, sky, the space. See, the problem is in English, the actual equivalent term is difficult. Like we say Archa Vigraha, there is no equivalent of it. English has alphabets of 26, Sanskrit has 52 double. So you can see the limitation. Na. Na, you cannot spell in English. Anand. Anand, you can say. Anand, no, it is not there. Like that. So, similarly, the problem. Anyway, Archa Vigraha, they say, no idols. There are so many idols in That's why they catch. Anyway, so it cannot be see, that's how we should be. Okay, we cannot translate this. This is what an nearest appropriate, but it cannot be transferred. And then we have to keep this Purity, understand? Otherwise, purity will be lost. Because we use that word, idol, what else is there? Murti. Again, English, there no, right? Murti, Archa Vigraha, is not there. There's no problem. So they catch on that. Now, so he says, Param Gurudev, Bhakti Prajna, Panchikarna, he says, Panchikarna. What does it mean? When we say Akash, of course, the Akash, that's a space, it's a container, understand? Container. First, it's like a house, container, containing everything. So the space is, you cannot see. Wow, imagine that. It is actually gross element, but still we cannot see. How subtle, how sukshma it is, how subtle. Again, lack of terms. Huh? So tiny, it will pass through electron. The space is also element, okay, material element, understand? Space is a material element, but it is so small then, it will pass through electron. You can imagine that. Electron will not know. Electron is actually made out of space. Transformation of space. Everything is a transformation of space. But it cannot be visible, no weight, nothing. And how it will, other thing gets weight. This is an amazing thing. Huh? Suksh, it's so subtle. And then the space transformation of that with the mercy of the Lord, it becomes air. Okay, more gross, little gross. Air is also not visible to our eyes, you understand, but it's still good. Then again, transformation of that is teja, light. Okay, and that teja, light, turns into water. Water turns into earth. So, and when we say earth, earth means not completely solid. It has 50% earth and remaining 50, 25, 25, no, 12 and a half, 12.5% of Akash, space, 12.5% of air, 12.5% of fire, 12.5% of water. This is Panchikarna, 4 plus 1. That main element, 50%, and remaining 4 is like half of the quarter, right? So, like that. So, this is, so earth also contains the space, what I'm saying. That's why when we say the space, the quality of the space is sound, understand? Right? Sound. What is the quality of the air? Next one element is touch and also sound, understand? And the fire, sound, touch, and then form. Then the water, sound, touch, form, and then taste. No, the rasa. Huh? And then the earth is sound, touch, form, taste, and also smell. These 5 comes out. So the subtle quality is also there because this panchikana, So that way, when these things go offering to the Pitrus, it will go like that, in a subtle form. And then the Pitru Devatas carry that and they deliver. And uh, and they get the benefit. And you might say, no, the another question is, they will be hungry for so long, once a year, right? So, but the do it right, uh, that's why it's important, Ekadasi, uh, Pitrus, suppose they are, the one thing, like the Devata's time is, our time is different. Ours 365 days is one day for them, you know. So our 365 days is one. Like Uttarayana is for them daytime. Dakshinayana is night time for them. So even though once you offer, they are getting like every day in their time scale, right? So like that we can reconcile, uh, reconcile that. No, so much for that. Um, but best is as a Vaishnava, he can also do this. There is nothing wrong, but he offer the prasadam. You know, uh, prasadam is spiritualized. You know, this is the question. Actually, very interesting question. Hmm, the Vishnu Dutas are explaining very subtle form of bhakti, like we go. They said we went through this, and then we will again. This is the point we are talking. Tatapi karya prenaiva parihārāya vigrujaha palantareshu kamasya vaikunta virodina vaikunta tapti virodina. Even so, because any extraneous desire, right, poses a great obstacle to attaining Vaikunta. In order to remove the disease of material desires in the heart, okay, material desires in the heart, it is necessary to perform that ninefold devotional process with a loving devotional mood. This we talked about. So there is the extraneous desires, how to remove. The Vaikuntha Parsas say, however, it is crucial to execute Navada Bhakti with prema. Navada Bhakti, a mood of pure love. Why? Why we should do this Navada Bhakti? Because it will remove worldly desires. Which will remove worldly desires. We have so many worldly, desires. Getting a property, so many, uh, other than pleasing Krishna and the Guru, Vaishnava, all others. Most of the time, they're coming in, bombarding, So, which are opposed to the goal of achieving residence in Vaikuntha, So, as long as we have these desires, we're not going there. Okay. Because we have these desires of connected with material world. Oh, okay. We'll be stable. But how to remove all that? Prema, which is blissful by nature, has no other objective. Whereas devotion to the Lord, love. There is no other objective. And thus, there is no other objective than to please Him. Because He is eternal, you know. If we have that, then it will destroy all extraneous desires, which are obstacles in entering Vaikuntha. You know. This is why we do this. Now is the bhakti. So actually, the desire for anything other than residence in Vaikuntha is a sign of diseased heart. We saw that. You know, desire for anything other than residence in Vaikuntha, meaning I want to serve Lord. If we, other than that, any other desire is a state of disease. Okay. No? So such desire ignite the heart with the fever of anxiety. Because see what happens? If you have a disease, then you get anxiety, fear, oh, you know. And it and if one enjoys the results of his material desires, so many things of this world, then faces grave obstacles blocking him from Vaikuntha. If we are enjoying tendency of things connected with this material world, then you will have more blockage because you yourself are blocking yourself. To go there, we will not have any connection, any of this, no attachment to anything of this world. As simple as. So, see, there are three areas. One is material world, then the borderline, and the spiritual world. In one side. In this side of the world is what? Senses, material world, fulfilling desire. So many things are bakery, tongue, big bazaar, big supermarket. Oh, so you go to the supermarket, what is this? So many items, one after the other, millions. Imagine carry a baby, little. Mommy, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And baby wants entire supermarket. Mom will have a tough time. you know. So it doesn't end. Even if you give even even 100 items, still so many items. So this is the unquenching, disease material. So don't think my desires will go away by if I have few items like that. It will never go. It's like putting up this example, given another example. Putting out the fire with the ghee. I'll pour ghee and then get rid of fire. What happens? It will even grow more. you know. Uh, it says there are two things in this world which will never say no. I have enough. Please, enough. I don't want it. Okay. How many chapatis you can eat? 10, 20, 30, 100. So, whereas the two things, it says, Shastra. Fire. Fire will say, enough ghee. Oh, I had so much ghee, please, 1 kilo, 10 kg, 10 pound, 100 pound, 1 ton. More and more you do, it needs more, bigger fire. Never ending, okay? It has no, in the dictionary, there is nothing like enough. The other one is kama, okay? Lust, never satisfied. more and more lust, unending. That's why the way to get over this lust and this thing is like not satisfying that. Oh, little bit, maybe it'll get satisfied. No, oh, more. It's like scratching, You scratch, even though you get, blood and this and that, and you like to scratch more. you know. So, that's not the way. That's why danda, abstinence from that. No, not yielding. And how do you do? See, the desires of material things, there's nothing wrong in that. Okay, today I had a feeling. Nothing wrong. Okay. There is nothing wrong in that. Don't get wrong with that, what I'm saying. It has to be changed, that's all, into the service of Krishna. That's all. See, service to the Krishna has perverted and then making us, you know, attachment or desiring for the objects of this world. That the same desire to serve Krishna, I can take this. That has perverted reflection of that is what is we are in this world, material desires. Okay, nothing else. So the material desire is nothing but by itself is not wrong. We try to understand. Don't try to minimize this service, desires of this world. You cannot. What you do is try to increase service to the Lord. Then what happens? All the desires of this material world get transformed into desire to serve Him more and more and more. The more you do, then you will have less and less attachment or attraction for the objects of this material. If you increase that, this will decrease. If you are struggling to decrease this without increasing that spiritual, then you will lose. Understand? Not possible. So, and what is the tatastha? Where we say nothing. Oh no, I don't want to belong to this world or to that world. That is called liberation. Understand? That is what liberation. Nothing. You lose yourself. How can you be without doing anything? Understand? It's like doctor giving you what you call injection. You you don't feel pain or you don't feel you are living or dead. You know, you become unconscious. Anesthesia. You become anesthesia. Breathing is going on, everything is going, but you don't feel anything. Like a deep sleep. And what is that? So either you are not dead nor living. Okay, that's what liberation is. So, but by nature we are not dead. Understand? Very very active. Imagine the soul is sleeping. The mind is near that. Just by nearing, it is becoming acting. See, it's like this. Imagine a screen, a TV screen, okay? It's a screen, is it not? It's a matter, is it not? You think it's alive? TV screen, is it alive? Is dead or not? It is dead. But with technology, television and all that, imagine, how mesmerizing. People are running, dancing, this and that. We also take it for real, is it not? He said, oh, look, how nicely they are dancing, this and you take a stick and hit them. You think they will start crying, those people in the TV, on the screen? TV will get destroyed, okay? Nothing will happen to them, understand? So, but it looks so real, but it is not, understand? Same way, our mind and all that, it is near the soul. That's why as if it is alive, so many days that. Imagine if it comes into active, how powerful it will be, you know, how it will be brought into. So try to understand the power of thought, you know. Uh, because the power of mind itself, we are not using it, they say, 10%, 5%, still. So that's why uh, prema, however, being naturally devoid of material ambition, prema to the Lord, no material ambition, huh, bestows bliss in both worlds and is the only means to attain great joy. Who is happy in this world? Not the karmis, not the, or jnanis, only devotees. Understand? Devotees are only one who are happy in this world. And they are going to be happy, more happier actually in the spiritual world also, in the other world. Huh? So the karmis and jnanis, they are neither happy here nor in future. Unless you turn all these activities into spiritual life, unless you make this spiritual life. Although this bhakti can be obtained anywhere, however, wherever it is achieved becomes Vaikuntha, and the Lord is indeed present there. So it can be achieved anywhere, and that will be Vaikuntha. Now, why do you want to go to then Vaikuntha? It says Lord is there always. Huh? Whereas here he is there, but he is invisible. Huh? So, now, besides Vaikuntha, no other place exhibits. Also, other thing is, all the varieties of bhakti. There, countless staunch devotees are resolutely performing such bhakti, unhindered by impediments like material time. There is no material time. It will not bother you. But here, it will bother us. Huh? But we should know how to transcend material. How? Material time meaning what? Past and future. You know, actually, if you focus on just on this time, given here, it's only present time, is it not? There also present time, here also here, present. But you think present is moving very, very quickly. And even though it is present, but we are still stuck with the, either past or future. See, our mind, it will never let you in the present, you know, by its nature, it will never, it's thinking, so many thoughts coming, all connected with the past or future, not the present. Okay, that is the speciality of the mind. That's why you have to bring in, bring in, hey, look, you have bothered me so much, Baba. I'll pay obeisances at your lotus feet. Please, please listen. Let us chant, okay? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. We say and hear. We say and hear. Then it's like tying up a cow. See, if you leave the cow, what happens? It will go here, there. After 10 minutes, it will be gone couple of kilometers. Okay. Then you have to go for searching. Uh, so, whereas you tie it, like you put one wood or piece and then tie it up, then it will go somewhere there, nowhere else. Same way the mind, okay? It will take you to the hell and the heaven, okay? Speed of mind, understand? It is even faster than the speed of light. Okay, can go around, make your life. So you have to tie it up. How? To the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama. How tying means what? You have to hear. Just saying is like not tying up. We have the rope. You have a thing and then a rope. But if you are not tied up to the cow, what happens? It will do like it comes to know it's not tied up. It will go. It will make one jig like this and then gone. Okay. So same way our mind, it will be tied up. How? Hearing through the ear. Okay. If you hear, keep on hearing. Don't hear anything else. If you hear anything else, then your tying is not strong enough. Some strong, desire or thought comes, so you forget hearing the knob. You hear something else. you know, Phone call, this, that, and what is they are talking. What I'm saying? Another extra disturbance. You make a sankalpa. No, next half an hour or 1 hour. Please keep trying to the Gurudev, Guru Varga, Vaishnavas, holy name. You know, Holy name is always with Ekasi, accompanied by Ekasi Devi and Vidya. Okay? Nam is always accompanied by you know Ekasi Devi and then Vidya. So knowledge. Huh? So we pray to them, please. Hello, hello, sorry, help me in this. So then they will help. With their help, we'll be locked up. Then you don't know how the half an hour went, 1 hour went, just like a second. Understand? Like that. And especially you do before you go to bed. Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Pray. Yeah. Nothing else. Then you see you don't know when he went to the sleep and all night, all sleep he'll be chanting, and then when you wake up he'll be chanting. Okay. So devotion that is endowed with fully blossomed divine love, as seen in Vaikuntha, is not found anywhere else. Because all the residents have their unwavering dedication, nishta for bhakti. Elsewhere it is not so, and so many obstacles constantly hinder the execution of bhakti in those places. In particular, in Vaikuntha, the time factor or any other material restriction presents no obstacles, whereas other places are full of such impediments. Because in Vaikuntha, one receives the association of countless numbers of like-minded devotees whose bodies are eternally Satchidananda and who are naturally Rasika, expert in relishing Prema Bhakti. One can automatically perform unhindered worship of the Lord. Therefore, we see that devotees aspire to go there. Then they are full. Then next they are telling these are. This is very nice actually. They are analyzing bhakti specifically uh, associates of Vishnu, right? We have Chaturbujan, bodies. They are telling this Gopakumara, do not think that bhakti is an endeavor of the dull senses, mind and body. Don't think. Bhakti is a done endeavor of the mind, dull senses, dull body. No. being eternal reality and concentrated bliss. Bhakti is beyond the modes of material nature and thus cannot be grasped by the material sense. See, Bhakti is beyond the modes of material nature, cannot be grasped by material senses. So, but generally, again, is language, we have to practice bhakti, we say, we should practice bhakti. So it implies, it appears like that, in that devotional service is accomplished by human effort, right? You have to practice bhakti, we say. That means what? Oh, we have to do some effort, right? Human effort. But that is not this. To refute that, they are telling two slokas, beginning here with Nija. The Vaikuntha associate describe the intrinsic nature of bhakti. They say devotional service cannot be achieved by the endeavors of the material senses, mind and body. In addition, the limbs of bhakti, such as hearing about the Lord, Shravana, singing his names, Kirtan, are also not the objects of one's sense of hearing, sense of speech, and so on. In other words, Shravana, hearing, appears to be a function of the ears, right? Shravana, hearing is the ears. It appears like that. Kirtana appears function of the tongue. Smarana is a function of the mind. Vandana, offering obeisances, is like a function of the body, right? Limbs. However, in actuality, they are saying, Vaikuntha also, the material senses are unable to undertake all these spiritual activities. Hare Krishna. Understand these activities to be transcendental beyond the material quality. Hare Krishna. ಹಾ ಹೌದಾ ಏನ್ ಸಮಾಚಾರ ಹೌದಾ ಈಗ ಆಯ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ಕಾಲು ಗಂಟೆ ಇರಿ ಹಾ ಹಾ ಇನ್ನು ಈಗ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಾ ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಹೌದಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಬೇಗ ಬಂದು ಈಗ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೌದಾ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಆಯ್ತು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬನ್ನಿ ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಹೌದಾ ನೀವು ಅದೇ ಇನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬನ್ನಿ ನೀವು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಭಾನುವಾರನ ಶನಿವಾರ ಭಾನುವಾರ ಬನ್ನಿ ಹಾ ನೀವು ಸುಮಾರು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನಾನು ಲೇಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನಪ್ಪ ಲೇಸರ್ ಯಾವಾಗಂದ್ರೆ 72 73 ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಾ ಎಲ್ಲಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ BE ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಆವಾಗ ನಾವು ಲೇಸರ್ ಹೋಲೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಲೇಸರ್ ಹೋಲೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಲೇಸರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಲೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲೇಸರ್ ಕಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಂದಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅವಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕಿನ್ನ ಕಟಿಂಗು ಈಗ ನೀರಿಂದಾನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಏನಿಟ್ರೆ ಕೈ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದು ಲೇಸರ್ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಇದು ಯಾವ್ದಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾತಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಕಣ್ಣು ಗಿಣ್ಣು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡೋದು ತೂತೋದು ಸೊ 72 ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎನಿವೆ ನೀವು ಬನ್ನಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸೊ then you might say, what is the nature of bhakti? So you should know pure devotional service to be the eternal truth and essence of pure joy. No, he is elaborating further that bhakti is singular in nature. By the mercy of the Sri Krishna, it manifests in numerous forms, such as Shravana, Kirtana, for the pleasure of the confidential devotees who are transcendental to the mode of nature. He is elaborating this. If that devotional service is transcendental to material qualities, how can the conditioned soul approach it? You know, see, this is a valid question. If it is transcendental, how conditioned soul can approach it? In reply, Vaikuntha associates speak this. Nirguna. That Nirguna Bhakti or devotion devoid of material qualities, which is by nature full of eternity, knowledge and bliss. Sachidan manifests by the mercy of Krishna in the heart. It manifests in the heart by the mercy of Krishna. That is, it manifests in pure spirit souls and it sports within them in the form of hearing, chanting, and so on. That's why you might have heard when we chant Suddhana, we cannot stop chanting. You know, so that is an indication. Although this bhakti is one in nature, Ekarupa, nevertheless it manifests in many forms, Shravana Kirtana, because Bhagavan wants to increase the wonderful bliss of his confidential servitors. You know, Lord wants taste, in other way. You know, when the practitioner's heart is completely cleansed by pure discrimination, the 9 prasa bhakti is poured within that completely purified soul. Only then does the obtain the abode of Sri Hari Vaikuntha. Uh, so, having explained the general characteristic of bhakti in this verse, beginning with Vishuddha, the Vaikuntha associates dialectically establish its transcendental nature by direct and also indirect deliberation. How? The word Vishuddha Viveka, meaning pure intelligence, indicate that the living being becomes free from false ego by realizing the idea stated in Bhagavad Gita. Indriyani indriyarteshu vartantaiti dharayan. The living being actually does not do anything. Living being does not do anything. Rather, it is his senses that interact with the respective sense objects. Then, freed from the false ego, he no longer has to suffer the reactions of his past deeds. When we think I'm the doer, oh, I did this, so I want to enjoy. I want the, I'm entitled for the fruit. See, suppose you put a seed in the tree grows, oh, fruits. I put the seed, I took care of water. So I'm the owner. I want to see. So they are telling if we free from false ego, how do we know that living being actually does not do anything? Does not do anything. Rather, it is the senses that interact with their respective sense objects. They are not the doer. Can we design seeds? It needs light, air, water, earth. See, you don't think, no? I took this seed, I was not, how the seed formed inside it. Put inside earth. Earth does not belong to me. Air, water, nothing. It grew up seeds. and it grew up, and even though it grew up, it, it did not reduce the weight of the earth, right? One time we discussed this point, right? Every year millions of tons of grains are grown everywhere in the world. You think the weight of the earth is also decreasing by the same amount? No, no decrease at all. And how it is coming? Scientists talk, big thing. Let them answer this question. Okay. They have the proof. They have tried for 10 years. They have experimented. They took a seed, put a plant in a big pot, 200 kg, something like that. But and they're putting water. They weighed 10 years, and it took. Big tree was grown up. The tree itself is like 100 kg, more than 100, 200 kg, like 100 kg, 150, grew up 100 kg. Like. So, earth was contained, and they weighed. They cut off the tree and then root, they washed up, making sure no earth get away. They weighed is alone more than like 100 kg. And they weighed the mud again, same amount, maybe milligram, difference. That can be within any error. Huh? So, but 100 kgs, whereas milligram, even if you think milligram, where that 100 kgs came from, not from the earth. Okay. So, imagine. See, the other way around also. Uh, baby, what is the weight of the baby? And becomes, middle age, so many, 30, 40, 50 kgs. Where that all that weight came from? It has to be from the earth in a way, directly, indirectly. So, like that, uh, grains, fruits, where it is, how it is coming. So, if you meditate on it, you will see. Huh? So that's why we are not the doers. Huh? That way we can free from false ego. And if we become free from false ego, then we don't have to suffer from the reactions of the past days. When such unalloyed intelligence, the living being frees himself from identifying with the body, senses, and so on, he becomes qualified to enter Vaikuntha, transcendental abode. At that time, bhakti in all our varieties pours in the heart of that jiva. Hmm? You know. So, in other words, uh, no attachment in this world to this. If bhakti to the Lord were also to be an activity of the senses, like all other mundane activities, then it could not be the function of the soul. Right? If it is an activity of mundane, like something else, it is not an activity of the soul. Alternatively, it may be said that if by knowledge the soul were to be cleansed of the entanglement of activities in the body and senses, then the 9 process of bhakti, like material activities, could not be the function of the soul. Uh, this is because the process of bhakti, unlike material activities, is not rooted in the living being's false ego of being the doer. Bhakti mercifully spores on her own accord in the soul that is purified of the false ego, or being the doer. You know? So, uh, The Vaikuntha Parsa say. Otherwise, if Navada Bhakti were just activity of the mundane senses, you know, if it is, you know, hearing, Shravana, Kirtan, material sense, mundane activity, mundane senses, then the soul were to be cleansed of entanglement of activities with the body and senses through knowledge or wisdom. The process of Navada Bhakti would also be reapproachable like all other mundane activities, both regular, nitya and occasional, in other words. In other words, if Navada Bhakti was just activity of the mundane senses, it could not be the function or dharma of the soul. If it were activity of the senses, it would not be the function of the soul. Indriyan, indriyateshu vartante. All the senses are engaged with their respective sense objects. According to this logic of Srimad Bhagavad Gita 5.9, the truth of the self, huh? ఇదేనే ఇదేనే ఇదే ఇదే ఇంకా చిందు ఉంటాయి బట్ ఇదేనే the truth of the self, Atma Tat, can be obtained by the knowledge of being free from the false ego, of being the doer. Jnanis, persons advanced in such knowledge, also discard all mundane objects to this very wisdom. However, the process of devotion, bhakti, is not within the jurisdiction of mundane, nitya, or naimittika activities, nor can it be separated from the soul through the culture of knowledge or wisdom. See, bhakti, we don't reject anything. We use in this service. See, that's how we transform. See, this is the secret. Oh, this is the problem. I will stay away from it. Difficult. Again, it will draw back because in this world. That's why whatever we do in this service of Krishna. You know. That's why the surrender comes. Atmani. Devotional service to Bhagavan is not an activity of the body and senses, as are other activities. And the body or senses. Bhakti. How can a soul go to Vaikuntha if he is bereft of any activity of devotion to the Lord? Without bhakti, such a person is fit only for liberation. Without bhakti, liberation, you know, like middle, border. See, Gopakumara might question, is there any fault to bhakti not being the function of the soul or Atma, but rather an activity of the material senses like other duties? Is there any fault if we think like that? Vaikuntha Parsas reply in this verse, beginning with Anyebhya. They say, if the soul were to become cleansed of bhakti, activities of devotion, in the same way that it becomes cleansed of karma, fruitive activities performed in the body and senses, how could the soul be completely purified? And without becoming thoroughly purified, how could the soul enter Vaikuntha? Bereft of devotion, the soul would be unfit to enter that realm. It is possible, however, that soul who become cleansed of karma, that is, who has achieved freedom from desire for the results of action, may be fit for liberation. Therefore, it is to be understood that bhakti is essential for attaining the spiritual realm of Vaikuntha, as evidenced by this reasoning. This transcendental abode cannot be obtained through any mundane means. It follows that bhakti being the process to attain that transcendental realm must also be transcendental. See, there is no other. Huh? So, no, some people they argue like this. Devotion to the Lord is also like a karmic activity, like performing one's prescribed occupational duties. Right? It appears like that. Here cooking, doing this, doing that, like anybody else doing it. So how it is devotional? But this can never be so. The personal, no, it will never be so. This is an external conception, not based on the underlying truth of bhakti. Although the term, they are explaining this very nicely. Although the term deha is used to refer both to the bodies of devotees who reside in Vaikuntha and to the bodies made of 5 material elements. Nevertheless, the first usage is transcendental, second is material. Similarly, although bhakti is independent of karma, nevertheless, due to the external perspective, it is sometimes regarded as karma. External perspective. So they are elaborating on this. The execution of one's prescribed occupational duties or swadharma is mundane karmic activity. Prescribed occupational duties. Is it? Swadharma is mundane karmic activity. Similarly, can we not say that bhakti is also a particular type of karma? This is the question. Because we are also engaging, your activity, living this, doing this, cooking or, the activity. Vaikuntha Passa's reply, devotional service performed with intimate feelings for Bhagavan can never be a fruitive or mundane activity. Intimate feelings for the Lord. Like the execution of one's prescribed occupational duties. When you prescribed occupational duty, what you are doing this on my duty, there is nothing connection with thinking on the Lord. This is because intimate and confidential service is not at all an activity of the material senses. Intimate confidential service is not material senses activity. Even if it appears to be a mundane activity from an external perspective, factually it is not. When the term bhakti karma, meaning devotional activities, bhakti karma, right? You can term bhakti, devotion, karma activities, is used. Some people take it to be material. Bhakti, however, is not an activity of the mundane senses. So, they are explaining this. Devotional service to Bhagavan is the best of all virtuous activities meant for cleansing the consciousness. Some people might think like that. This is the opinion of those who are adherents of philosophy known as Mimamsa, Karma Mimamsa. Vaikuntha Parshadas speaking, they are refuting this. No, that is not proper, that is not right. They say occasionally bhakti is called karma and it assumed to be material activity. However, this is only from an external perspective. It is not based on actual truth, tattva vichara. There is an example in this regard. He's giving an example. Just the deha. Deha meaning body, right? Which body? It can be Sachidananda, spiritual body, or it may be made out of Pancha Mahabhutas, right? So, Similarly, the term karma is sometimes applied to bhakti, although it is different from the fruitive activity, known as karma. Huh? So, deha can be body, eternal, eternality, knowledge and bliss. Or for a body, five material elements, right? Similarly, for example, the money, right? Money meaning mm, like a round thing, right? Jewelry used thing, jewel. It can be meaning jewel, can refer to both the spiritual wish fulfilling germ, fulfilling gem, chintamani, and a jewel made of glass, right? Can also make out of glass, like a right? uh, jewel, money, and also chintamani, wish fulfilling. Also, the word sattva indicates existence consisting of three modes of material nature and also Shuddha Tattva, the nature of Parabrahma, Shuddha Sattva, with the support of entire existence, basis of qualities of saintly person. So, Vaikuntha Pasha continuing, in the same way, one who sees with only an external perspective will see as karma both types of action. Mundane activities such as execution of one's prescribed occupational duties and the intimate service of the Lord. We will see as a karma, but in reality, we not. You know, so that's why it's very difficult to judge. You know, especially if you have no knowledge of bhakti, they will. Oh no, is also another activity. You know, so in Vaikuntha, time is up, I think. In Vaikuntha or anywhere else, a devotee may reside, a suitable body manifests of its own accord. This body and its senses are comprised of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. After this, we will end. So, it's very interesting, okay? It will help us to understand what is devotion service, what is bhakti. Uh, Bhakti, they are saying, Vaikuntha, bhakti is not an object of the senses. It is the function of the soul and it manifests of its own accord in a pure heart. So, although it has been established that bhakti is self-manifest, someone might raise a doubt saying that Shravana and Kirtana and the other aspects of bhakti are activities of the senses. Is it not? Shravana and Kirtana. If this is so, then how can bhakti be regarded as transcendental and self-manifest? To remove this doubt, the Vaikuntha associates speak this verse. Bhaktanam. They say, whether a pure devotee resides in Vaikuntha or anywhere else, a suitable body comprised of Sachidananda naturally manifests. How does this transcendental body manifest? As bhakti arises, the five material elements is transformed and becomes like a body made of eternality, knowledge, and bliss. Just as iron transforms into gold by contact with a touchstone. Similarly, due to the manifestation of bhakti, the material body of the practicing devotee also becomes transcendent. Alternatively, it can be said that through the mercy potency of Sri Bhagavan, The material senses of the sadhaka can be spiritualized. It can additionally be understood that the Lord's potency, mercy potency, Krupa Shakti, first appears within the pure soul, then it manifests the form consisting of limbs and senses that are suitable for his service. This is a general overview. So, अच्छा टाइम हो गया हाँ so we will our time is up we'll continue this maybe we'll elaborate further if you have any question but why I'm putting more time on this will clear up what is devotion and some doubts. It will make us strong. Okay, the whole idea is nishta. Our faith should increase. Our understanding of bhakti should increase. And bhakti raivainam naiti bhakti raivainam darshan. Bhakti vasha purusha bhakti raiva purusha. Bhakti only can bhakti we can go near the Lord. We can take darshan. Only by bhakti you will be attracted. You will be controlled. You will be everything. Only bhakti can bring us auspiciousness. It can transform. The things that we're going through, so many ups and downs in this material world, you know. So try to tolerate it by chanting, by praying to the Lord, or spiritual lineage. Oh Gurudev, oh Param Gurudev, please. So that way it will give us strength, and I will go on. And you are already spiritualized, okay? You see, it's like this. I'll give you an example and then end. Suppose fan is rotating, right? You turn off the switch. I think it immediately stops fan rotating. Gradually, right? Then it gradually comes down. Isn't it? Same way, you are already cut off from the material. Okay. So, but it seems like, but you are cut off. But it's gradually, like that, gradually it will come down. Okay. So, Krishna will never, okay, never give up on. Little service you have done, chanting. I tell you, that's why he says, if you take one step towards him, you will take 1,000 steps. But with one step, you can cover the entire 3 worlds. Right? Remember, Brahmanda is covered by one step. So imagine thousands of steps. But so let's have faith that he will never. And you can see who protected Draupadi. Understand? Who protected Gajendra? So, like that, so many. He's always there. That's why you can see he's sending Vaikuntha, associate Vaikuntha everywhere. You remember last time he said? They are coming, entering different Brahmandas. Why? Like in the time of Ajamila. Unknowingly he remembered the Lord's name, called his son. Narayana, Narayana. See. So, the question of giving up attachment, even that is also, gradually go away. See, the disease is more than 75% cured if we know that we are diseased. Okay. You know, to recognize that if we recognize that we are diseased, then disease is already gone. Is already taken care of, like that. So vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Dandavat pranams to everyone. Please forgive me for this.
Dandavad Params Guru.